senior we even dini terrain. And then so ye lawyer Francis Baba Trichin Komo ye legal digest senior munimino Wednesdays 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and on Saturdays from 12 to 1 p.m. Lawyer Francis Every FB solicitors. Of free FB solicitors. Now FB solicitors for when it comes to a year legal matters, a year immigration, a year family law, honsem, omo abene wum papa. Danny day in a lawyer baba boy, but church more quiet fast why we UK krumwa. Ye British passport, ye bet me enya British passport. A quiet fast why wo krumwa, ebia unin krata oba. Oba ne maame mpese obeboa ma wanya wo eye ehu oba no wanya krata. Lawyer Francis and FB solicitors ebeboa wo ama wanya sa akonya no na watimi ehu ba na watimi nso di egina so enya won krata. Eni nti se ope eye FB solicitors ope ye kira kwan a yenya yira kwan kra ye wo suite E and F eye the clock house ye wo backing ye postcode no ye IG11 8EQ IG11 8EQ. Sanso ana your office telephone line no 0208 264 4800 0208 264 4800. Lawyer Francis ne mobile line no 079 4677 2439 079 4677 2439. And I share what is application for United Kingdom, entry as a spouse. A quite ben so now we oba warefo okunafo ubetimi ababewura ekruma. Yenko niema lawyer Francis Akwaba na yenhwe say ye update bi ho a ewia na ye de yenkomo no ahyase. Afei so wa kwenya say question be actually wide so the comment section is there for you. Bomodiana busa question no. Afei so betimi bomodiana wafro epono ha o request here, we will grant you the audience. Now what will be our question? In Tintia Wemu, now or the question at two, na lawyer Francis, we ye one no at the amount. Shannon, so say you didn't come with numbers and media to Jano, and you're feeling our befriend, Chama lawyer, you can reach out to a lawyer, a working hours, Monday to Saturday, Sundays, lawyer at the gym na home. Unless said, emergency, then you can contact a FB solicitors. Lawyer Francis, Uba UK dia Ghana for where you can a year abroad for me lawyers a kukudam. Dodo anwa edium the friend a professor because or you be a or doso dosum a year research. It will bombardian with the some amount there. You have no issues ube fairly or the victory and the drama. Lawyer, upon to say.
About the Adaruma, Yamiadum, Bibia Danekwan show. Said Sabi, ye enche be December, Bronya na ne Esima no. If you cry, they are starting airbo Bronya nyum, and yesi Bronya idea. Also side, Sana Echo.
Lawyer, chine ye new a bronya December. Ye kuti bronya, ye de o being cassette 24th cold room. Wow, shall we live in your brow? Lawyer, yes, so ye ho a young boy enter a year the Christmas. No, and was so Ghana for so moshe no on mobile holidays, ebe who snow so do also reach out to us. Tiede ye it just said, and then so Abeka yensa ewa ha. Mamintia o mo hweye owura Romson Coxon ewo Birmingham. Ebusuafo amaba ha nyina no me mamu akwa Florence o hweye wo YouTube owura Felix ntuma pastor pastor it is saying pastor enso ewa ase konedu it is saying mo amo ha nyina no me sre mo amon tap na mo share na ye dwumadi no entimi rechi fa pa emaye Raskan mamunyina mu akwaba lawyer ene update bi o
Yo me da say Dr. Rene Bium in chia kase koma wati for omo share wo platform and then so ene me so me platform no na nya bia me pese me busa say last Wednesday akwanja na de to ho no amanfo follow ana settlement omonya petition omonya consultation yamaya up to 12th of February 2026 ni tia wa na say settlement no ɔmo de ba no yɛfrɛ bibi end settlement na ɔmo agyina 4 pillars bi a ɔmo de yɛ saa adeɛ no na yɛfeel sɛ broni bɛka sɛ Draculian law ɛba saa na ɛbɛteɛ ɛbɛyɛ den paa sɛ wobɛnya settlement so easy nti mesrɛ mo ɛno nti na ɔmo abie atom sɛ ɔmo pɛ obiara akwan kyerɛ anaasɛ obiara adwen ɛfa saa adeɛ no ho mesrɛ mo woanyɛ na yɛnya a number of petitioners na ɔmo de bɛ paase na ɛyɛ mmara a sɛbe lawyer deɛ me deɛ mabɛbɔ ho dawuro mayɛ deɛ sɛ meyɛ ɛnyɛ nnɛ na sɛbe deɛ ɛyɛ a meka ne sɛ wo na ɛbɛ affecte wo a wo nnua a wabusuani a ɔbɛba daakye no ɛbɛ affecte no anyway deɛ mɛtumi aka no your update a ɛwɔ hɔ anaasɛ nneɛma a ɛkɔ in terms of the immigration sector no ɛna meba bɛka nkurɔfoɔ bi yɛfrɛ ɔmo office of national statistics nkyɛ bia na ɔmo release ɔmo information regarding what is going on in UK in terms of immigration. You see, ONS, which is Office of National Statistics, figures show net migration down by 2/3. Home Office figures show record high asylum claims amid falling grant rate. Inti the omo can say other applications, other route a wofa ba UK no ɛsoate but asylum seekers no adɔɔso. Yo, yɛnhwɛ ɔse net migration for the year ending June 2025 estimated at 204,000, down from 649,000. 649,000. Yo, yɛnkɔ so anhwɛ deɛ wɔn ɛka ɛfa ho. Ɔse net migration for the year ending June 2025 was estimated at 204,000, down sharply from 649,000 in the year ending June 2024. Immigration fell from an estimated 1,299,000 to 898,000. Almost immigration kekeo. With the majority, which is 75% of arrivals coming from non-EU countries. EU nationals accounted for just 9% of all immigrants. Emigration means UK foreigners who are also free chroma across other countries.
Yeah.
The emigration in the year ending June 2025 was estimated at 693,000, an increase of 43,000 compared to the previous year. Into Mr. Mumianka said, Yepe and yetu ababetna UK ha. UK for no so call other countries. Omusu Jania from Wamukrum. The Office of National Statistics noted that most people who left the UK were non-EU nationals, which is 286,000, with around half of those being student. Reacting to the figures, Dr. Madeleine Simpson of the Migration Observatory at the University of Oxford noted, while net migration has returned to pre-Brexit level, the composition is now quite different. Non-EU net migration is still much larger than it was pre-Brexit. EU much lower, and a higher share of migrants are coming through the asylum system. Net migration has fallen substantially, but this will not necessarily be sustained long term. In particular, negative net migration of EU citizens who arrived before Brexit is currently still subtracting quite a lot from the figures, and this won't go on forever. Meanwhile, the Home Office today released the latest quarterly immigration statistics covering the year ending September 2025. In the actual Home Office, or more record or more de buy work, or more the work route by almost 175,000 work visas were granted to male applicants, a 27 drop on last year, mainly because health and care visas fell sharply to 17,000, an 89% drop from their 2023 peak. Almost starting health and care, no, they realized 2023, no, amanfo begu mu bebre without health and care visa, no. But 2024, no, a drop about 17,000 because of measures are almost ebaye. No thing I'm not drop no. Yo, yeah, share student visas. Student visas, no, almost so idea. Almost see there were 440,000 student visas issued broadly on change year on year, but still 31% below the 2023 peak, sorry. The number of visas for student dependents fell to 20,000. And also your measures are almost by a 57% decrease following new restrictions introduced in 2024. And that means the Home Office are able to achieve something based on that, the student visa. No? And I am sure family visas, family road visas, which includes spousal visa, to say the neighbor come once, and others, private life, then I say for no, say 68,000 family visas were issued. 22% fewer than the previous year, driven mostly by a fall in partner visas. So that means the partner visas, much in such a way, say, visa route, a home application ayedin. In contrast, refugee family reunion reached a record 21,000 grants, up 11%, reflecting recent increases in asylum grants. There were 61,000 extensions for family reasons, a small 5% decrease. Family visas, and also, as a result of introduction of by, especially the threshold for the financial income, a course, which is 29,000. First, now, nanka 18,600.
Yeah.
But a coin, ama sebe, hon application, atia conform kakra. But almost I introduce you a friend refugees family reunion. Omo masiki asala momo a mo pese omo di omo busua ba no. Akwanja beda ho ma say and no so no ebe create problem. And no the ma figure no family visa no e course ro kakra. But I know say nkrofo ya akasa no ombema omani asa akọ apekwan a ombema eso ate. Because I no refugee family reunion almost say a cost 21,000 from the Home Office record. Yo, yes, I'm sure humanitarian visa route, I say 171,000 people were granted protection through safe and legal routes, almost double the number in the previous year, which is 2023, largely because of the new Ukraine permission extension scheme. Into humanitarian protection, because Ukraine into question, for visas and be stay hanomo. Say based on that, na ama sa humanitarian route, figures, akosro sa. Yo, yes, answer asylum. The UK received 110,000 asylum applications in the year ending September 2025, 13% more than the previous year, which is 2024, and the highest number ever recorded. Decision making increased substantially. 134,000 initial decisions were issued, up 31% on the previous year, with a 45% grant rate, slightly below last year at 52%. The backlog of people awaiting an initial decision fell to 62,000 cases, which is 81,000 people, 36% lower than a year earlier and well below the June 2023 peak. Around 112,000 people were receiving asylum support, with just over 36,000 in hotel accommodation. Recently, my publication be say Home Office aka say accommodation na ɛwɔ airpay no, ɔmo de asylum seekers bɛkɔ so a de akɔ hɔ nom. Because ɔmo awini ɔmo case ni nti no.
Yeah.
That means they're still going to accommodate asylum seekers in Epping area. Yo, so returns. You can returns a bit more amanonia on person will come back to UK no with indefinite with British passport no. And then I make a from more returns no. I say 9,404 returns took place, up 22%, and 5,300 foreign nationals offenders were returned, a 10% increase. Okay, so share figures na Home Office kika na they were able to put measures in place to control immigration rate, you know. But ebi also are nsɛm. Because of that, you know, they are working hard and coming out with so many laws to control that or to get a grip out of it. Because they believe immigration here be but that is what the public wants them to control it. But at the end of the day, no, untimi ntina krom na unka say mama for emetina movie. And also another thing now, but they are kind of say they're expecting us to go the right channel. As to the right channel, definitely it's not that easy. Anyway, enuntina yewo FB solicitors. Ope kwanya ode betina krom hanomo. Anase ope kwanya unkrata sem ubesorti na dimu ya fabedan na yebeboa mo. Yo, Dr. Rain, I think say update and then me say ba yesomuno na me de atu ejano.
Yo lawyer yenda se na menkai aye yahwefo ne omomutie nyina ne se mesrewa se wo question bi wa you will request on a year your TikTok and I'll be sending a message on all the program social media platform streaming live Dr. N TV and also Facebook. Mesrewa bomodia na share stream and also FMI. Follow us as well. Na the Edibebiano, you'll be the first person to also get it. Na ebusia de tiene say pay your chira kwan a yenye yira kwan. FB solicitors yen address suite E and F ye with the clock house backing. Your postcode near IG 118EQ IG118EQ. Sanso near office line here 0208 264 4800 0208 264 4800. Ebiemuso your mobile line lawyer Francis personal mobile line is 079 4677 2439. Yewo backing the nearest backing station on you do any Shannon, so am I? Any topic here? What is application for United Kingdom entry as a spouse? Lawyer, what is a UK spouse visa and who can apply?
Yo, me da say dog. I
Mm,
think Wednesday I started a bro so but
mm,
my main call into a much details.
mm,
Yeah, UK spouse visa is available to individuals who are married to a British
mm,
or Irish citizen or a person settled in the UK with settlement or indefinite,
mhm,
or a person with a pre-settled status. Mr. Muyensen is so any settlement be under EU. Say EU ni kura kuta pre-settled obetumi akofa na ho nkafo aba.
mm,
Under the EU settlement scheme. Ɛna ebiom nso no obi a okuta Turkish business visa ɔno nso betumi de ne ho nkafo aka ho. Anaasɛ Turkish worker visa. Anaasɛ obi a yɛagrante no refugee status. Anaasɛ obi a yɛagrante no humanitarian protection wɔ UK ha. Wɔyɛ saa nkurɔfokuo a wɔbɛtumi akɔfa wɔn ho kafoɔ which is Broni bɛka no sɛ spouse
mhm,
ama wɔn aba abɛka wɔn ho wɔ UK ha. Mprɛ pii ɛyɛ a na obi kuta stay bi wɔ hɔ a wɔnim sɛ ɛno no etumi ma ɛho kwan ma ne
mm,
ɛkɔfa saa adeɛ no nyinaa. But deɛ ɛyɛ a meka ne sɛ ne nyinaa ne sɛ wobɛpɛ lawyer a ɔbɛboa no aguide wo with
mm,
that nimdeɛ no because at times wotumi sɛ wokuta wei nso wonnim ɛho
mm.
akadeɛ anaasɛ sɛn na wobɛyɛ a wode bɛyɛ
Yeah,
saa nneɛma mu nyinaa. Nti
yeah.
wohwɛ ma ɔse deɛ wobisaeɛ no regarding sɛ spousal visa no, what is it and those who can. Nti in summary no, a UK spouse visa allows the married partner of a British or Irish citizen,
Mm,
person settled in the UK, or a person with specific immigration status, which is pre-settled status or refugee level, to live in the UK. Applicants must be eligible criteria. The applicants must meet
mm.
eligibility criteria, which includes relationship, financial, and English language requirement. Mede
Okay.
baako bɛka ho, which is accommodation requirement.
Mm,
These are the things upesa will make application under the spousal visa, the qualities or the eligibility. The eligibility nyoma ubehia edia make such an application no. And no maka no because I was said nipa na oba befa no oye British ni ana Irish ni oye
mhm,
EU ni okuta settlement and as a pre-settled. Ɛna yɛse Turkish worker visa nso obetumi obi nso ɔda humanitarian protection visa so ɔno nso betumi akɔfa ne ho kafo aba. These
mm,
are the things a ɛwɔ sɛ wowɔ saa tebea no mu a wobɛyɛ. Ɛna biom nso no alongside sɛ wobɛshow your immigration status no, ebiom nso no ɛwɔ sɛ mo make sure sɛ mo meet relationship requirement, financial requirement, which is at the moment the threshold is 29,000, unless you are exempt, and a English language requirement, and a biomuso no accommodation requirement.
mm. Now, let's just say what answer a year the financial requirement for a year the UK spouse. Lawyer now say ASN.
Now me say financial requirement no 29,000. 29,000. Me shamo per annum, which
Mm,
is gross. Yɛka biribi gross it means sɛ yɛnya nte wɔ tax ne wɔ NI mfiri mu yɛ.
mm,
Nti at least wogye 2,500 a month before tax koraa no lawyer ebetumi work it out and see how much wobɛmeet the financial requirement threshold.
eh,
Because ɛna ebiom nso no woda certain benefit bi so it exempt you from meeting the financial requirement. And the biom so no, the omudi abeka ho ne se wo ho kafo no ntimi meet financial requirement a. Omo se ye betumi aye bibi e friend no fee waiver. Eno na ni ho ba se o ma bi atum ye betumi aye bibi e friend no fee waiver. Nti that fee waiver no say omo de mawa e betumi ama wakofa o ho kafo no ama na ba beka ohun e wo UK.
Because I was moving on to the question, say what if the person a disabled person na or meet financial requirement and thank gladly no or the fee waiver no actually which means now it is more possible say obi e wa hase no yes or asset na obetimi akwakofa ne ho kafo aba. No, yeah, what documents are required for a UK spouse visa?
When we talk about documents now, nyoma ben na wo de betre say ampa one no ewo relationship. One no anase opese obefa uba. First, they are the home office epese when is nipa na oba befa uba no in terms of say technicalities anase edin a ye de ma sa nipa no ye friend no sponsor. And a wa oba befa uba no ye friend applicant. Inti sponsor no I was say show ne identity. You can identity a ne nkrata asem o di wo kroma or British ni ana or EU ni a why settlement and as a pre-settled.
Okay.
Or EU ni at least or one nkrata wa hanuma through the EU settlement scheme ni bi. And answer why Irish ni ana. And answer why Turkish okuta Turkish worker visa ni bi ana. Nasa okuta humanitarian protection visa ni biana. Into all these things, and a more they share our identity. Into after our identity, they have to prove say ube to me meet financial requirement. Into based on financial requirement, lawyer the area they share ni say was sponsor the 6 months pay slips, the 6 months bank statement, one P60. Na your manager letter from employer no was stated that or started a juma and then asifo. Into all these things, any of the check financial requirement, Na be so na share relationship wise, because relationship wise, flirt. Omo use this terminology, omo the refusal amount for, which is genuine and subsisting relationship. Genuine and subsisting relationship. A difficult say obetimi approve saa dey way. But when ya no, that would determine sponsor no a kwan be so no fa so de share wo. Bia ai oko Ghana and okoshia wo sorry, okoshia wo adamfo party bi, okoshia wo get together, okoshia wo baby. And starting new din komo and a hona on new PA in asifo. I said I was able to announce system about the background information modishia. And the free honor sponsor and back now so communicating through WhatsApp. To all these things are evidence. So my evidence, in terms of WhatsApp communication, And I said, when in this year, when to make us say more to pictures. Going to try, I will say next time, much. And I will trip now, they call Ghana no crown. I will see a near show ticket itinerary, how they call it. And these things are evidence based on the genuine subsisting, to let them know, say, I'm part more to an among. Alongside that one, I was say applicant, meet English language requirement. Mostly I na A1, but me uba me ho make sure ye B1 no because A1 is basic. A1 no what the bar after 2.5 now say oko A2 and some wako A1 B1. But we B1 na be cover you till say ubenya wo indefinite no.
Okay.
So I prefer say my advice you say you B1 no. And a B1 and speaking, listening, reading and writing. It's just a basic nyoma bi a we say we. But we bush a lawyer say na lawyer anya bia no me ko university bi wo Ghana and also nti hɔ no ɛno nso no akwan gya wɔ hɔ nom a ɔmo ɛma wo sɛ nkɔfoɔ bi wɔ kurom ha no yɛfrɛ mo ITES, ECCTIS. First ne yɛfrɛ mo NARIC UK ɛna ɔmo akyɛngye din no. Nti ɔmo ɛbɛyɛ comparability to meet the English language standard of the UK. Nti ɔmo yɛ na biribi ayɛ okay a they just give you a letter to show say ɔmo compare. And now say of late crowd ma who some the reference number bi ɛma amanfo. Nti English language, the next one no accommodation requirement. The accommodation requirement now was say at least sponsor no baby or conducive to accommodate you, adequately conducive, and you overcrowded. Into mostly the tenancy agreement na so rentier. So no na to your mortgage statement no e dey ahwe. Na ahwe number of people living in the house. Because under the Housing Act no, amaye nipa dodo o metimi atena edan baako mu. After accommodation requirement no, there are other documents be a home office. At least as time goes on, no, they're expecting you to add to it. Ebi ni saying, ebi wa sponsor and wa worry paying. And we say we declare. Nti wawari pen a no wagyae a we say ehu ne divorce certificate. And na say kroma mo friend no final order. It used to be called decree absolute. And a kroma no asesa akọ final order.
Final order.
If we Ghana, I was say my divorce certificate. Into all these things, evidence, communication, relationship. Relationship normally, the awarian krata any edition. Makasa say free Ghana warrior, you will move 3 types of marriages, which is the marriage ordinance. We have the Ghanaian customary marriage, and we have the Mohammedan marriage.
You need to be a friend traditional marriage.
Yes. Traditional marriage ni customary one no. And Mohammedan ni encremofo de no. Under the marriage ordinance no, emrofo no be friend of civil partnership. Ewa ha. Say oba ni bema. Bema ni bema ewo UK ha. Oba ni oba ewo UK ha. But Ghana de oba ni bema. Inti mo yes aware na ye mamo marriage certificate. Based on baby amoye no, because there is an issue about say moya aware no. Did you moye no accepted place by the authorities? Because enye obia ne what to me a obetumi a shira aware so. You're very, very careful about that. Because any starting program, no makeka wasema epen.
Yeah. Because any crowd the judgment a free Ghana by or Dobruni ne Akosia Sewano. The judge Dorinda, Dr. Mrs. Dorinda, Arthur Ekan said there was no civil marriage between Daddy Lumba and Akosia Sewa. The senior Wokano. Yenye careful, yen certificate ni enkrata. We should make sure say certificate ni ekrana a genuine certificate ni ekrano the right appropriate offices and a enkrata. Enti senior Wokano. It backs what the equity organa.
Yo, me da say, sir, wa esiso ama etiefo ne ahwefo ehun. Nti wunya saa de na Ghana ni nyina abegina the type of marriage a upese wo eye.
Lawyer, omesu kakra na menka eye ahwefo say ye ne FB solicitors for na etwetwe nkomo eye lawyer Francis na wo hu na wo tineni ye kyerɛkyerɛ ekwan a wo ye onipa wo krom ha wo nkrata opese okofa wo spouse wo ho kani efri Ghana wo dofo bi wo fiancé bi eno na lawyer kyerɛkyerɛ mtimi sramo a let's take it seriously. Share the video, and also if you have any questions, quickly you come and then you request. I accept you, and then you ask the question. Lawyer, we make these mistakes. The British High Commission in Ghana and the Ababa Tuja said Ghana form years some more apply a year and near Maba UK no a year over 1,400 F4G document. A use false documents. Ɛno no kora no mka so mo pursue a yenu no bebre ne beche o matum criminal offense so oti ase ba o magya no wosa lawyer kyerɛ ye kwan a ye de nkrata a wutwa ɛsɛfata a obetumi aboa wo no wakofa wo dɔfo no wo Kennedy free Ghana aba bɛka ye ho wo kurom a United Kingdom ɛno ho nkyerɛkyerɛ ɛna ɛnɛ yedi ho nkɔmɔ a oba ne broni potoka semu a wɔse what is application for United Kingdom entry as a spouse ekwan as a spouse odi be wura ekrum ha na lawyer lawyer msrewa to asoma
Yo, into we documents mabro so no. In terms of relationship, which is evidenced by some sort of marriage certificate, Inte me me screening marriage certificate ni pa because now the right one home office bet me catch us a fake document and I say a fraud and I say because me ba mucho muntie sa in some way. Ɛyɛ na mamo ma yɛn yɛadwene nyɛ yɛ sɛ documents yɛde bɛkɔ home office ɔmo nkɔkyɛɛke. Mr. Mo yɛnyɛ very very careful. Dr. Rain Kai statistics aba from the British High Commission. Thousands of documentation application amount for year. Ɔmo hu sɛ yɛ fraud. Maka is article no. Ama yɛabane ɔmo for 10 years.
yeah
Ɛno deɛ wɔamfa nso so.
eno de that's all they are so eno no kyerɛ wo kɔ America kora no America for be you document dem say aban no otuntumi tu kwan kɔ ho
Yes. Inti Mr. Mo, oh yeah, sabi connection might be na yema me minim documents kura or de call ye. Mr. Mo, anya woo application, anya connection man application. You're very, very careful. You're banu 10 years, sabi connection man woni hobby. Unioma bebre aka kwam. Anyway, inti upa be marriage certificate me femeni and I'm a template, sir. Say na Ghana de ne sitie. Inti se ne no mo bra. Sabi meka cho se baby akoye no enye.
checklist
That is it. Me de kwa home office be refuse. Inti me anya ne yie, yenya ne papa because they say o mani abre. Inti my certificate and our English language and our English language say Opro 65 a na omuma exemption. And we are less than 18 won't draw English language, And the biomusu no over disability omo exempt but how the problem no. It was a winya consultant obe assess say ampa or disability. Inti wo uko doctor and now GP obe refer to the consultant to assess you. How do you answer? And a biomoso no evidence employment history, which is the sponsor no. So be show letter from employer and as a contract of employment, the P60, and an a bank statement and pay slips for 6 months. Into one your evidential documentation to show your financial requirement, which is a threshold being 29,000 per annum. It's a gross, not net.
yo Lawyer, how long does it take to process a UK spouse visa application?
How long would depend on when ube take your biometric appointment by making a presentation to the Home Office
Mm.
through local centers
UKVI.
take
Mm.
biometric, because
UKVI
what it is in
centers.
this see a year online application until say ubeko enroll for biometrics, your decision or application, it hasn't been fully completed to the Home Office.
Mm.
Into we year application online a more opportunity to book for biometrics.
Mm.
Who book biometrics now wako enroll it. Into the moment I'll be enrolling for biometrics, that is where the decision starts. I kind of say that's where the clock ticks. Into we share my Home Office back at you say, send the email. I catch you say, and second application, into expected decision in the next 12 weeks, which is 3 months. Or say within 12 weeks. One can say expecting 12 weeks within.
So it could be a month, it could be 2 months. A bit
Yes.
Sure.
Into Hono, and I was a train, but there is a way if you want it faster. We have super priority service. Super priority, it gives you opportunity for the Home Office after the biometric enrollment to make a decision as soon as possible.
Mm.
And the priority to time frame 15 working days.
Okay.
Ni nyinaa wɔ ne sika ubetua.
Sure. Can I switch to UK spouse visa from within the UK?
Deɛ teɛ ne sɛ nipa na ama yɛnhu the sort of visa okuta ɛwɔ UK ha.
Mm.
Wɔde switch. Mostly deɛ yɛ a ɛteɛ ne sɛ depending on the sort of visa ukuta wɔ kurom ha nom. Nti obviously yes. Sɛ ukuta skilled worker visa na ɔpɛ sɛ wo switch a akwan gya wɔ hɔ.
Okay.
As long as wo visa no enwuyɛ.
Mm.
But the only thing, and I said the only thing I had dream is at least one to for visitors visa, and metna say me switch it to spousal visa.
Mm.
Unless there is exception in it.
Mm.
An exception no ye be brave kwa.
Sure.
Even is
Lawyer.
waba be fail fu wawo afanima. Na ni pakula ni papa ye British exception ebi no. Lawyer, you bet me a switch amount.
Okay. Sure. Lawyer, what are the common reasons UK spouse visa applications are refused?
There are so many common reasons a more refusal application. Obviously, there are Home Office can say and no documents ni fake. Or kasa I was say prove no say the entire fake.
Mm-hmm.
Because before there is no acquire any checks in tin or kasa.
Mm-hmm.
Inti me nye wa adwen say wonim de worker. So we feel say nye fake we be appeal towards that.
Mm.
And the biom so they are going say go no ntimi meet financial requirement no. Ono so a wonye exempt, ono so a apply for fee waiver. And the biom so no omutimi ka say wo evidence of the genuine subsisting relationship no enye enough.
Mm-hmm.
Inadequate. That's the terminology I want to use.
Mm.
Ebu also I make sure say documents be one fan come. accommodation, English language, and that. It could be so many factors involved that makes them say they realize they have to refuse your application. But because it's a human right application, you are entitled to appeal.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long is a UK spouse visa valid, and can it lead to settlement?
Okay. Your OSHA UK visa application now initially amount 30 to 33 months.
Mm,
So if Ramanoni are 33 months,
mm,
inti uwaha and your normal 2.5 na yenyina ye kano.
mm,
Tiema now the berema, you have say ubecha 5 years, lawful 5 years, Mr. A lawful 5 years. Ti
mm.
would lawful 5 years now wa apply for settlement
Okay.
upon meeting the eligibility requirement, including English language and life in UK test.
Mm,
Mebabocho yension in show hanomo documentation wise and other things. Inti obviously after your 5 years lawful resident in UK under the spousal visa now, ubet
mm,
apply for settlement, and further you can apply for naturalization to
mm.
become a British citizen.
Joe. Abusiane FB solicitors na twetwe nkɔmmɔ. Lawyer Francis ana otene ne. Mesrɛ wo a opɛ yɛkyerɛ kwan a yɛwɔ suite E and F the clock house. Yɛtɔ so abanhoro mmiɛnsa. Saa nso ɛna yɛ postcode no IG11 8EQ. Yɛwɔ Barking. Nti wohwehwɛ yɛn a yɛnyɛ yɛrɛ kwan. Wonye du Barking train station hɔ a ɛhɔ a ɛna yɛwɔ. Opɛ yɛ office number nso a 0208 264 4800. Lawyer Francis mobile line is 079 4677 2439. Your services ni bi immigration yɛhwɛ ɛboa ma nkɔfo nya nkrataa. Family law ho nsɛnsɛm yɛboa wo. Saa nso ɛna litigation. Oti kurom ha gya wawo na nso were yi anaa wo partner ma ho ba. Lawyer betumi aboa wo ama ɛgya wa establish contact and eventually lead to wasetena. Enti hyɛ ne nso awa nso bɛyi uni baby ɛte ɛdeɛn ɛna wobɛyɛ opɛ dan Lawyer Francis ebetumi aboa. Ubuko appointment na waka wo ha nyinaa. Ken or say how long does an appeal on a spouse visa refusal last? Yebe edu lawyer. Menim answer na mebusa no. Can UK spouse visa holder work in the UK?
Yeah, the answer is yes, but the court way no, the
Yeah.
obusa, how long does appeal? Share
Yeah.
the last 3 weeks topics I treaty about appeal now.
Mm,
It talks about say appeal overlodge depending on where you are located.
mm-hmm,
London appeals, it take a bit more than 6 months.
mm,
A bit me call almost a year because no first come first serve. And a London it's only 2 tribunals appeal on immigration.
mm,
Yeah, we Taylor House and we have Hatton Cross.
mm,
In Tisebi Kotohona, just imagine almost serve the whole of London. Inti ebe
mm,
take it time kakra. And on first come first serve basis. Inti unia, that is how it is in terms of the appeal. Your Yambra Dr. Rain question or say can the UK spouse visa holder work in the UK? Obviously, yes. Say a mao was spouse visa now 2.5 now the be now. And mao akwan just ubeye juma. Now say wow ubeti wa juma, which is
mm,
self-employed or running your own business.
mm.
Into your more restrictions be our
You. Lawyer Yenshwe, can children be included in a UK spouse visa application?
yes, because but the children should be a dependent
Mm.
and mainly not living independent life. Obviously, Hanon Kolano yeah, when they check in, if the children are less than 18 years,
Mm.
they can be part of your application. But a ho akadia was a we meet na bibia to year and also no ako ama. Because first now nanka 18,600, which is the threshold for the financial one now. Any additional child you know asks about 2,400. But I say the threshold of the income, no, which is the 29,000, no, and found about in Colorado draw odiomo ebeka.
Okay.
Nti ɛno ara
Sure.
ne sɛ meet financial requirement, accommodation wisely, because bear in mind that accommodation has to be adequate. Akwadaa ka ho nti obviously baabi a akwadaa no bɛtena no ne asefoɔ no ɛno nso yɛ other thing a case worker no consider ansa na wa make such a decision.
And just say Ghana, bohu na single room na nkora be 5 demu na nyina wuyu ne ne dem sa. You lawyer na ebie ma membusa se open lawyer number eye 0208 264 4800. Eno eye FB solicitors your office line. Lawyer mobile line no eye 079 4677 2439. Lawyer Yenshe, what can I do if my spouse UK visa is a UK spouse visa is refused?
There are so many reasons and I can no home office able to me refusal spousal
Mm.
visa no. But ɛnyɛ easy sir. Sir unya the onim the all year. I don't see why I was almost a refuse to such an
Mm.
application. Or because if you're able to follow the requirements and documentation wise now, yeah, now we don't see why I was almost refuse to such an application. Unless, Mr. Ramo, unless either the spouse or applicant no EDBB ACA lawyer no.
Mm.
Because I've seen so many instances applicant no ekoye visit visa application one can in answer lawyer no.
Mm-hmm.
Ibu ha oh lawyer my baako pɛ. Isu be no I 3 or 4.
Ah, you
One
go.
say home office ekotwe ba asem
Ah, you go for the
dishonesty.
cray. You go
And
for the cray.
dishonesty is one of the suitability criteria on UC.
Mm.
Wedding throw.
Mm-hmm.
No try I bet me a for 10 years.
Mm.
Timistramo, there are ye can say lawyer your application confined in the lawyer and tell him or her the truth. And as you said, the truth shall set you free.
Mm.
So one can there won't be oh my application be paying. David say yeah. Me Uber name for initial consultation. These are the questions I ask. Mr. Omen for BB and see me.
Mm.
Ka there won't be a chairman. I walk was a man. Me fan carbon
Mm.
because of the confidentiality I must say made the a bomb me home by no.
Mm.
Memfa w'asɛm nkɔkasa asɛm a ɛsi ka wei kyerɛ me mede nam hanom na mɛda bɛtena radios daabi yɛ mmerɛ no mu no ɛmma yɛ kwan mmea ɛnyɛ saa
Mm.
nti yɛ refuse application ɛnyɛ wo nkwa ne yɛ refuse application ɛwɔ sɛ yɛfa ne yɛhu kwan a wɔde refuse yɛ ne yɛ solve that issue otherwise application abɛyɛ biara no they will refer you to that
Mm.
but yɛn nuanom nhu ne saa
Mm.
nkurɔfoɔ no ɔmo keep record to the extent sɛ would you when in now so no ufu say 15-10 years ago no ɔmo ato atwene daabi ɔmo nto ntwene
Mm.
ɛno na mesrɛ mo yɛnhyɛ ne nso nti sɛ yɛ refuse application First thing first, they give you right of appeal under the because of the human rights claim now. Oh yeah, you know.
Sure.
Into a moment right of appeal, that is where you have the right to challenge the Home Office.
Mm.
But bear in mind, say, challenging the Home Office, get your facts and everything right. Wouldn't mean solely preoccupying for court tribunal say maybe challenging Home Office. They have to make sure say or challenging or nyina so.
Mm.
Into apply for appeal no to the first year tribunal, immigration tribunal. Who landing high, you have the chances of either Hatton Cross or Taylor House
Mm.
to do the initial processing. Because when you and Home Office ma right of appeal because out country application no, you have 28 days to do the appeal.
Mm.
If who are no refuse you have only 14 days. Depending
Okay.
on baby identity free banner. Do lodge appeal now, definitely appeal no. Omobema Home Office are ya where court no bema Home Office, tribunal bema Home Office are ya where say anyebiano one lodge appeal. Inti ebe call Home Office or a call Home Office wa no muso more time say appeal now one lodge no. But bear in mind, oh lodge appeal, try and add your grounds of appeal. The grounds of appeal no be change the entire of say Home Office decision no enye correct. So
Sure.
no, you come Home Office, no muso di ama senior case worker. And now say obia onim mmara no mu ye. No so assess and say the appellant no can ye true and I did true. So muti tum say ampa ebia case worker na anya na adwuma yi a omutime withdraw no ma make a decision ne foforo. So man ji antum so a ombeka che court no say ya ready yenko court no challenge no. See that's how appeal no say a refusal. This is how you're going to start your appeal.
Mm. How to apply for a indefinite leave remain after 5 years on a UK spouse visa? How do you apply, lawyer?
Yo so unsaka wo renewal we ya na wohwɛ sɛ aduru 5 years hono na obebe apply for the indefinite leave to remain.
Mm.
Now, indefinite leave to remain, no, it has to be shown, say, at least what na kruma, and I say, what this spousal visa buy, what
Mm.
now for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Inti ultimate show mostly, na your share date of entry up to date, and no na your share. Into a treasure when the 5 years then we put in the application. But before then, no, I was making sure say all meet the English language requirement, which is B1. And why a life in UK test, Otherwise, we are exempt there, and an American. No. The exemption catches up the age of 65 and above.
Yeah.
And now say less than 18 years.
Mm.
Unless you have a disability. It has to be
Okay.
assessed by a consultant and your GP. To go letter free GP Home Office woman. There was
Mm.
a GP no refer you to a consultant.
Mm.
There is a difference between a GP and a consultant.
Mm.
Into
Sure.
what to me anyway when you know then you put in the application. Share be within 6 months and we become indefinite.
Mm.
Provided because and no more as I say, they look at it, say you don't have any issues in terms of your suitability criteria.
Mm.
No bad record, no say committee any offenses and that kind of thing. Because they are checking all these things. Even a day before somebody make a decision, on the common database are quite checking. Well, but could be an anchor decision, no sabi. Nanka by now, a cabe 2-3 weeks. Say and saka decision. You better answer any letter free home office. Adaya, Nancy and Nipa ako committee offense. Into until say ya clear no out to no my investigation and who say free or no. I'm going to mean find definite name. No. And so you see how they work in terms of say omema unkrata no. Because obu a lawyer media to me enti say metimi e dem pe bia. There be till say decision na ba no. Menye wa adwen say wa wie.
Sure. Lawyer, yeah, finally, when can a spouse, a visa holder apply for the UK passport?
Yo, o share say who apply for indefinite no na onsa kan indefinite decision na. Yan hwe nyoma bi ye. Say oho kafo no which is your sponsor no kuta British passport a. The entire Mrs. Suye no. Okuta British passport a. Won't train 1 year. Now I apply for naturalization.
Mm.
Bear in mind, your free naturalization and son your British passport.
Mm.
But so muka for kuta pre-settled, settled under the EU, any other in conform met me a sponsor one. I was saying train for 1 year and son I apply for naturalization.
Okay.
It is one difference a womb. Or a British in here straight, you don't need to wait. Or a British in no kuta EU ni other indefinite leave to be reigned and then as if I was out trained for 12 months or 1 year before you can naturalize as a British citizen.
Sure, lawyer. Lawyer, when you say ye common and the see has say, I know. Say, let me give this one person a chance to ask the question. Ken, Ewa has him say, oh, question be all. Hello, Ken. Lawyer, 80 years, but your question, no, Tiawa.
Lawyer, na me pesenka, mene lawyer din komo backstage. Eti me peke number no.
Sure, all right then.
Because me my application be ma refusal me, so na me pesen me discuss.
All right then. Okay, yo. Any we are neja. Our friend will book appointment na waiting come why that's it.
Okay, all right, that's
it. That's lawyer. And then I'll be ye call a friend is saying a weekend. But before then, I mean for Sabato. Now and also a question be over. I think say yeah, Sabato, a question quickly.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My first is, but the quick question. Me pacho, me any 23,000. Now me person me go for my husband free Ghana ba. Me pacho me day.
Joe. Wait there, I'm a lawyer crazy. I know answer na wo bantino. Lawyer, me nim say okay. Any my memfa contact him out. Lawyer actually kwan bi o the befa so. Good. Lawyer me ya no.
Oh, me said that no, but the American say I was sending here much information about the Ukuta because the other requirements be in summary, you need to meet 4 requirements. Only your husband, financial requirement, and I work on the threshold 29,000, and a relationship requirement, and a accommodation requirement. And English language requirement. And now ya bro, so your topic near kind no. To Mr. Opa but so go back to Dr. Ren the better one more the platform this no. Now go back to that thing program there and start here no. So won't me so now ube framing no book here then me know what I say I go through. Why?
I think say my recommendation just call lawyer, book an appointment and go and see a lawyer because open so don't have for anybody. You don't meet the requirement. There is 1 or 2 be a lawyer can help you to go through. so that at least no prepare na modi akwa to na modi apfa it will be something which is genuine, authentic. Yen konko refuse. Ebejina so den krata na ma na ode ukuno aba. Why? Yo, that's fine. Odi eja kwan na nyame aduma ebese share Wednesday 7 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Yo, me da say, the Medibeja, ye tier for near for our Dr. Rain platform, and then me platform no, and then sir, indefinite leave to remain and settlement system now, Home Secretary, epese what they ban. Mr. Moa, the ya make and say, ye who you may be woman, sebe, anaasɛ sɛbe ɛbɛ affect yɛn nuanom because ɔsi wɔ base on 4 pillars bi a ɛne sɛn character, integration, contribution and residence ne nyinaa nso no wɔde nneɛma bi ahyehyɛ mu a sɛ wɔntumi ameti bi a ebi betumi apagya wakɔ 10 years ebi betumi kyɛ sɛ baseline yɛ 10 years nti wɔntumi a ebi betumi apagya wakɔ 15 ebi betumi apagya wakɔ 20 na ne nyinaa no ɛyɛ sɛ yɛfeel sɛ ano ɔden dodo yɛfeel sɛ ɛyɛ so hard to come by nti anyɛ biara no ɔmo abie for petition and consultation which is going to expire in 12th of February 2026, 11:59. Inti anyebia no sa omo email a obetumi aye consultation no wobe draft wo de ntia ompene so no eye and settlement consultation queries at homeoffice.gov.uk. Message Sisubio and settlement consultation queries at homeoffice.gov.uk. Moma yen nyina yemfa yen ho njim. Omo bie such petition ni consultation na if they are able to get 100,000s of people petition for that now, I will say it has to be subject to debate.
Okay.
Because yes, no man not that requirement now by UK law, no. They forget it and pass through to become a law. And then I want to say more one. Unia, wabusheni that you almost be published about. To the American say, young fire munjimia enya that number of microphone petition now more open on. Na ye nya na almost is so much dream one brana a beboy. And no and a medija ye tear for asher for. Your Dr. Rain me da say, said Danny Daniel, uso ye moon. And emra omodeti chrome hano, a different. Me pacho would nima, wouldn't nim. And rano, especially immigration, dear, day in, day out, sir. Why you be application 5 years ago? Emrana you see, and yet the same as current Emrana you see, no. But obiba na lawyer said last year you know yeah. Inti me feel say your mind. There be no, we did run it to say a Bible day in, day out to update ourselves. To Mr. Ramo, Bibi Woha is best ube who lawyer. No one bow answer because and no minya issue be a nyamen kwan kami yes manipa no. Baby or cost start na a chair ube who lawyer no. Nyoma say but Sabi, I will do what I have to do. Mama no. So these are the things ye bani ye ka ye nimdientia ye kasa. Initially nunkonya lawyer nka we nyina emmasa. na ye pese oh connection man or the back anyway men ko Inti Dr. Rain and America no me da wase system bia also mu FB solicitors. Wednesday oba dia the chair ye besa asia all because for the benefit and betterment of Ghanaian community in Africa as a whole. No nti na ye ba ye di program no to honom no. Yo omo share etie nyina no Dr. Rain platform ne so ne be platform no. Yeah, wish him a good weekend. And you better share Wednesday 7 to 8. Bye bye, Dr. Rain.
Show lawyer, yenna lawyer Francis ase. Na menka wo say ope lawyer Francis. Ye chira kwan a ye enye ira kwan kra. Very very simple. Ye wo backing backing na ye wo ye address suite E and F. The clock house. Ye talk about sign so me third floor. Your postcode near IG 118EQ. Sanso na office telephone lines near 0208 264 4800. 0208 264 4800. Lawyer Francis number is 079 4677 2439. 079 4677 2439. Let's use this opportunity to patronize lawyer. Book an appointment. No, I have told you, I did 10 days and now 40 days. It will take you 40 years. Biblically, it happened to the people from Israel. Sanson appointum etie. One told boase, no way nyani papa a lawyer. Obedi wasa mamawa. O de be won waya. Adia na esenka odi 6 months, 3 months, and sakano. It may take you 20 years. Many people, share more experiences to us. This is the reason why the FB solicitors ever. So between me now you're patronizing. I've known him for many years. And you see be and a lawyer patching or pedi. And you remember why I cannot say it. Lawyer who anymore. Utimusa was the full pa or Ghana. Oh, you'll be a steady idea. But a lawyer you are to wait. Oye obi brempon bi pa osikeni de hie bi pa nye kasa ne di dwa no. I know what I'm saying. Nti nye sika no. But obeboa wo no why boa the Ghanaian community no. Eno ade a ehia no na koma so pa. Of course, every service comes with a reward. But Shannon say he takes more joy in assisting and helping Ghanaians. What you say? Eti abusia me de obesi ase. Nyame adoma Wednesday 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. so. Next week, December, take good care of yourselves and enjoy your weekend. Lawyer, that's the pass.
Yo, Mr. Medasi. Bye bye.
Bye.